Pakistani High Court Judge ruling condemns zoos as being concentration camps for innocent wildlife.
Here's a summary of the article.
Islamabad High Court Chief Justice Athar Minalla on Monday compared zoos to concentration camps, adding that it was inhumane to have deprived the 2 bears at Margazar Zoo of their natural habitat for the mere entertainment of the human species. The IHC had summoned the Ministry of Climate Change and the Islamabad Wildlife Management Board after it had decided to cancel the relocation of the 2 bears to a sanctuary in Jordan and instead shift them to Ayub National Park in Rawalpindi. In its written order, the court noted that the Wildlife Board has decided to relocate the bears, named Susie and Bublu, to a sanctuary in Jordan. They have remained caged in the Margazar Zoo for more than a decade. A zoo, no matter how well equipped, is no less than a concentration camp for living beings. Both the bears were sent by the Creator to live free in their natural habitats. They were born free, and taking them out of their natural habitat and caging them was in violation of the natural rights bestowed upon them by the Creator. They were imprisoned without having committed a crime. By depriving them of their natural habitat, the human species has interfered with the balance created in nature by the Creator. They were subjected to unimaginable pain and suffering, and there was no justification for this cruel treatment other than to entertain the human species. They have suffered enough, and they lack the ability to let the human species know what they must have gone through. Their abnormal behavior while imprisoned was sufficient to speak volumes for the unimaginable pain and suffering. This court wishes the 2 brown bears, Susie and Bublu, a safe journey to their temporary abode, with the hope that, being magnanimous by nature, they would forgive the human race for subjecting them to unimaginable pain and suffering, the written order said.
This post received a score of 4,800, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Yea, some of them are in terrible condition and those need addressed ASAP, but the ones who take good care of the animals are conserving some vital species.
Not only that, but zoos can educate people, and encourage them to care about animals and conservation. Seeing a wild animal in a book or a video is one thing, but it's different seeing one in person. What is the zoo experience? How zoos impact a visitor's behaviors, perceptions, and conservation efforts.
Greater than, but it's different seeing one in prison. FTFY, I know it's reaching, but honestly there is no zoo that provides enough space for large mammals and fish, and it needs to be addressed. There needs to be an international legal requirement that makes it impossible to acquire a mammal or fish for captivity unless the zoo meets minimum containment standards suitable for the fish or mammal's size.
Great. Pakistan in the bag.
Wow, grape.
Background story. A Pakistani animal welfare charity got permission to move 2 bears from a zoo in Islamabad out of Pakistan to a wildlife sanctuary in Jordan where they would be looked after better. The Pakistani government cancelled that permission and instead ordered the bears to be moved from the zoo to a different facility in Pakistan. The welfare group challenged the government order in court. This judge's ruling condemned zoos in general and has now ordered the government to come before the court and try to justify why the bears should not be allowed to go to Jordan.
Or witness protection from poachers.
Should we let this extremely rare rhino, whose bones and horn are worth their weight in gold, roam free in the wild with absolutely no supervision? Maybe let's have the rhino hang out in the zoo for a while.
This is something you'd expect from a Swedish court in 2032, not Pakistan today.
Even when Pakistan does something good, people have to bring in the bad. It's like you can't praise anything, everything has to be evil and cynical. And it's always the people who don't live in that country who talk the most shit. LMAO. Let us be happy for progressing. Yes, we have a lot of problems, but that doesn't mean every achievement we get. We need to be reminded of the bad by skinny white boys with nothing better to do on Reddit.
You know exactly who is commenting negatively. Indians or white supremacists.
I'm Indian by descent, but I've never had anything against Pakistan. I have Pakistani friends who have nothing against India. I'm sure there's a good amount of both Indians and Pakistanis that don't hate the other country.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.